Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. I don't support politicians. I don't endorse them. I don't support politicians. I support ideas. Ideas stand or fall on their own. It doesn't matter who says them. If it's a good idea, it's a good idea. Sometimes there's an idea that is so good that if every candidate doesn't endorse them, you kind of have to wonder about them. And I heard one of those ideas in the last couple of days. It's one of those ideas that if every candidate for the presidency doesn't take onto their platform, well, you have to wonder about their commitment to the rule of law, which is something that really has to be restored. To anyone out there who's working in this system, understand, you abuse immigrants, you physically abuse immigrants, you sexually abuse immigrants, you fail to get them medical care when they need, you break the law of the United States of America, and Donald Trump may be willing to look the other way, but President Elizabeth Warren will not. On my first day, I will empower a commission in the Department of Justice to investigate crimes committed by the United States against immigrants. The fact that a presidential candidate has to make a promise like this is pretty sad. The fact that they haven't all already made it is pretty bad too. This is an important promise that has to be kept. We cannot allow a tradition of just following orders to take root in this country. There are a lot of people in this system that don't even know what the laws are. There's a clip floating around Facebook right now of a former ICE director arguing with AOC about asylum seekers being illegal. And she's like, claiming asylum is legal. And he's like, but crossing the border without authorization isn't. And he cites the code. She says, but they're not charged. And he goes off on a tangent talking about he's saving lives. She's right. Article 6, Section 2 of the U.S. Constitution gives international treaty the weight of law. Article 31 of the 1967 Protocols on the Treatment of Refugees, asylum seekers cannot be punished for entering without authorization. It's kind of like an advanced pardon. This is normally illegal, but not under these circumstances. She's right. He didn't school her. She was correct. That's law. That's the rule of law. A president having a whim to change that means nothing. If we're going to have a nation, it's got to have the rule of law, right? Isn't that what all of these people have been saying this entire time? If you want to do something, do it legally. That applies to the government too. The Constitution is a permission slip to the government. This is what you're allowed to do. They are going well beyond that permission slip. This is an important promise, and it needs to be kept by whoever occupies the Oval Office next. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.